Hi all, I'm Rajini TK, Assistant Professor in English. The first part of sociology and introduction, we discussed how sociology is originated and how it got an independent position in the field of science. Then what are the personalities related to the origin of sociology, etc. Today we are going to discuss about the emergence of sociology. The first pointer you have to note is that the development of social science began in 19th century. The social science includes political science, economics, history, etc. Years ago, Aristotle, Herodotus, Manu, etc. gave many contribution into the field of social science. We already discussed the stages, different stages of sociology. And first stage we discussed Plato, Aristotle, and their contribution. Second stage Saint Augustine, and third stage mature stage, and we could see Auguste Comte, Durkheim, Weber, Herbert Spencer, etc. Here also we mentioned years ago Aristotle, Herodotus, Manu, etc. gave many contribution in the field of social sciences. Manu is the famous lawgiver. Aristotle is known as the father of political science. Herodotus is known as the father of history. These 3 points you have to remember. You have to learn well. It will be asked in the examination. During the Middle Age, what happened to Middle Age? Many sociological thinkers were there. So these sociological thinkers didn't get any recognition from others for their intellectual thoughts. We already discussed many sociological theorists, sociologists, and they contributed many ideas in the field of sociology. But what happened? These sociological thinkers didn't get any appreciation for their intellectual thought from others. That time, one thing happened in the history. We know Renaissance, the importance of Renaissance, an enlightenment happened, a rebirth happened. Every nook and corner of the society, we can see the influence of Renaissance. A rebirth happens. Rebirth means years ago the people thought some superstitious beliefs and all. Then after that, science, they started thinking about science and its facts. So in this period, Renaissance period, enlightenment happened in the not only in the field of sociology but also in every fields means geography, many other branches of sciences, and every art, literature, etc., etc. That means every nook and corner of the society we can see development. So these changes lead to the formation of an intellectual atmosphere. So the first paragraph we discussed is that the development of social science began in 19th century. Then you have to remember three important personalities: Aristotle, Herodotus, Manu. Aristotle, father of political science; Herodotus, father of history; then Manu, famous lawgiver. So we already learned many sociologists and their contributions, and they didn't get any appreciation from others for their intellectual thought. Then Renaissance happened and everything was changed in the society. Next point is that what happened in European countries. We know French Revolution is known as the mother of all the revolutions. So here in European countries, French Revolution and Industrial Revolution brought about sweeping changes in the society. The old social order such as kinship, social class, etc. became in destruction. Class conflict can be seen in the earlier society, so it was destroyed. The thinkers tried to restructure the society due to the influence of French Revolution and Industrial Revolution, and also we already discussed the result of Renaissance. So all these changes lead to the restructuring of society. That time, social thinkers argued that there was an urgent need to establish a separate science of the society. These thoughts lead to the formation of various intellectual thoughts. Those intellectual thoughts are positivism, humanitarianism, evolutionism. So, what all points we discussed? In the European countries, French Revolution and Industrial Revolution brought about sweeping changes in the society. Then, only because of these changes, social class, kinship, etc., became in destruction. So, the thinkers tried to restructure the society. They argued that there was an urgent need to establish a separate science of the society. These thoughts lead to the formation of new intellectual thoughts such as positivism, humanitarianism, and evolutionism. The first thought, intellectual thought, that is positivism. I already told you it is an intellectual thought and also a philosophical theory. It is based on some rules and regulations. It deals with the moral values, institutions related to the society. So, the main points about a positivism, intellectual thought, and at the same time, it is a philosophical theory. Then, it is based on some laws and it is related to moral values, institutions existed in the society. Humanitarianism, it is related to the welfare of the society. Many organizations laws came for the welfare of human beings. Best example, charitable organizations, law against child abuse, orphanages, etc. These are for the welfare of the people. Third intellectual thought is evolutionism. Evolutionism, the word itself means development. So, the idea of evolution we already learned in schools and all, the origin of species, Charles Darwin, etc. The origin of species, that is the contribution of famous person Charles Darwin. It influenced the sociologists such as Herbert Spencer, Auguste Comte, etc. They received major ideas from Charles Darwin's Origin of Species. They received major ideas from this theory and they made a new concept and they used in sociology. So, what are points? Positivism and intellectual thought. It is related to philosophical theory, then it is related to laws and it is related to moral values. Humanitarianism, that is for the welfare of the society, best example orphanages, charitable organization, etc. The last point, evolutionism means development. From Charles Darwin's Origin of Species, Auguste Comte, Herbert Spencer, etc. received major ideas from this theory and applied in the field of sociology. Next point, related to social science, many other disciplines had emerged to study society and human behavior. The main branches of social science, economics, political science, psychology, history, anthropology, sociology, etc. Then what is meant by economics? Economics means a study of production, distribution and consumption of goods and services. Political science means study of state and government. Anthropology means study of man and his works. Psychology means study of human mind. History means study of systematic record of human past. Sociology we already learned, study of society. So these definitions are very important to study. Next main point, many thinkers like Thomas Hobbes, Rousseau, Thomas More, etc. had tried to picturize the features of an ideal society through their works. But we already learned who is known as the father of sociology. Auguste Comte is known as the father of sociology. So here Auguste Comte invented the term sociology and he worked hard to find out the nature of human knowledge. So because of all these contributions, he is considered as the founding father of sociology. In addition to this thinker, Herbert Spencer, Emily Durkheim, Max Weber, etc., had worked hard to make sociology as a science. So, remember these four founding fathers of sociology and these thinkers. They contributed many things in the field of sociology that is very important. First person, Auguste Comte and his contributions. Auguste Comte's contributions, positivism, law of three stages, hierarchy of science, social statics and social dynamics. That is very important. There is a chance to ask 2 mark questions. Next, founding father Herbert Spencer, his contributions, organic analogy, social evolution, social Darwinism. So for easy remembrance, just use an abbreviated format AED, analogy, evolution, Darwinism. It is very easy to remember the contributions of Herbert Spencer. Next person's contribution, Emily Durkheim's Social Facts, Theory of Social Solidarity, Theory of Suicide. The last founding father, Max Weber, Social Action, Theory of Religion, Protestant Ethic and Spirit of Capitalism, Theory of Bureaucracy. These are the major contributions. All these contributions we will discuss in detail, that is in the next video. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for watching my channel.